Hey, hi, my name is Stefan or Milin. This year I participated in the Global GameJam, where the purpose is to create a game in a few days, and we do that essentially for fun. And this year I didn't really make a game. Instead, what I wanted to explore is this device that I just received last week. It's from a French company called NextMind, and they are trying to bring the neurotech to consumers. So what this device allows me to do is essentially it's reading the electrical activity in the back of my brain and using that to control things I do in a video game. So with that, I have the possibility to click on stuff to make stuff clickable in the game with my mind. So I wanted to explore a bit how the device was behaving, what could be possible to do with it. So instead of doing a game, I made some sort of a tech demo. Let me enhance the screen so you can see better what I did. So you see Unity here, and that will run the demo for you. So the game I called Mind Your Marbles, and it's a god game similar to Populous or From Dust, where you essentially it's a playground where you shape the environment, where your actions shape the environment. So there is this garden below with some water, some grass, and there are those spheres on tables in the environment. And so you see this weird pattern. If I concentrate on that, and you can see that I'm not clicking. Okay, so this didn't work. Let me, I'm gonna record that in one shot and edit it later. It will be too much work. So let me enable the calibration, disable the intro. So I will do something very boring now, which is calibrating. It takes about 30 seconds, and I have to concentrate on. So you see the triangle assembled. That means that I am focused on the object. And the device is actually recording my brain activity, and we'll use that later on to detect when I want to focus on an object or not. So in theory, you don't have to do this calibration every time. As long as you don't move the headset, it's fine. As soon as you move it, you have to redo the calibration. So now that I redid it, yeah, I can click on the sphere, and I can click on this card. So I have the augur of fire. So if I concentrate on that, you see that I summoned this cloud, which is making kind of balls of fire fall on the ground. And you can see that the terrain is actually painted by those balls, and it's drying. The water disappeared. Every grass is turning to yellow. So let's see if I had another power, what I could do. So I changed the cloud, and now it's raining those little ball of watery energy, call it ice or water or whatever, that repaint the terrain. And since this is water, the level of the water level is rising, and this river is reforming, and the grass is turning to green, which is nice. And the last spell that I can have is a spell of life. So it will drop seeds from the cloud, and if I focus on those seeds, I will be able to grow plants. So let me check when is the next one that drops. Oh, it's in the water. Let's wait until one of them drop in non-water so I can sow it and grow it. Let's wait a little bit more. You know what? I'm gonna dry this water. Okay. So the fire is there. And I can now concentrate on those green seeds to spawn some vegetation. And I can concentrate further to grow the vegetation. So obviously the game is far from being a game. It's really more of a demo at this time. But the initial idea was to make a sort of a meditation app where you would actually just stay in your garden, modify the weather, try to paint it by pushing marbles around and focusing on them to make them grow. So you have to imagine the feeling that you have, like mentally pushing an object and seeing them grow and hearing this dong from the cloud over, and doing that during 3 days of jamming alone in the dark in the office. That was kind of a nice relaxation experience. And I will stop the recording now because that's kind of stressing me out. And I prefer to stay in my garden and focus on my virtual plants. Okay, thanks for watching, and see you next year in another game jam.